let's do one or two. Let's do this Tlaib thing and get it over with. So Hillary Clinton, as you know, made her, has been for the past several weeks going out talking about her documentary, trying to sell the documentary, and knows that the way that she's going to get into the news is to inject herself as to where the news is, and has been going around and saying nobody likes Bernie personally. He's a bad person. And he was responsible for us not winning the election. No word as to whether she got into a fight with Rachel Maddow about this. Let's play this. This is a clip of Rachel Maddow from 2016 in which Rachel Maddow, in real time, talks about how Bernie Sanders is completely not being helpful to Hillary Clinton in her race for the presidency in 2016. Here's Rachel Maddow making that point. Well, gosh, this must have been, I don't know when this report was specifically. It was in October? Okay. So here it is. I don't know.
There was this lingering question at the end of the Democratic primary as to whether or not Bernie Sanders really meant it when he endorsed Hillary Clinton, whether he really meant it when he said he would work his heart out all over the country to get her elected. Well, he's been working his heart out. It's true. He started campaigning for Clinton really in earnest, basically as a full-time gig a couple of weeks ago. He appears really to be flooring it for Hillary Clinton. Over the first 5 days Bernie Sanders spent on the campaign trail for Hillary Clinton, over 5 days, he did 14 events for her. Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, Maine, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, 14 events in 5 days. Yesterday and today and tonight, he's stumping for Hillary Clinton in Colorado. On Wednesday, he's going to Nevada for her. Tomorrow, though, he is spending all day and all night in Red State, Arizona. Bernie Sanders doing a rally for Clinton tomorrow in Flagstaff at 2:30. Then he's doing another rally for Clinton in Tucson at 7.
There's a couple of things I take from that. One, that for whatever reason, Rachel Maddow must have been out of her mind thinking that Bernie Sanders was trying to help and was going full out to help Hillary Clinton during the 2016 election. But now everybody knows that Rachel Maddow is a huge Bernie bro. So you can only take that with a grain of salt. What's also interesting about that, and a little bit disturbing, is they initially sent Sanders to Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania early on. A couple of weeks ago, so this would have been back in September, okay? Then they started to go out to Arizona. They sent him out to the Southwest. We know that the campaign basically thought that they were going to win those Southwestern states. So they had a chance there, and they were actually going into red territory because they had it so sewn up. If they had been doing proper field work and the people who created the models, the techs, have not been held to account. I haven't even seen any big reporting on this. And they should be, because they're floating around. They're going to attach to some candidate. If they were doing their proper jobs, they would have not sent Bernie Sanders down to Arizona. Although he may have some residents there. They would have kept circling him around, Wisconsin and Michigan and down to Pennsylvania. Because the idea that he couldn't have gotten maybe another 10,000, 5,000, I mean, who knows? That was a campaign that screwed up in about 1 million different ways. So just keep that in mind. All right. So people should refer to that, what we just spoke about in terms of Rachel Maddow in real time back in 2016 saying how much Bernie Sanders was campaigning around for Hillary Clinton. And how much he was going full out and how much, she couldn't have been more exuberant about it. And this is relevant because Hillary Clinton is now on a tour ostensibly to sell her documentary, And all she's doing is taking pot shots at Bernie Sanders, or at least that's the way that she's getting into the press. And she knows that. That's part of their media strategy. She may or may not believe it. I don't know which is worse, to be honest with you. That Hillary Clinton does not believe that Bernie Sanders was really the reason why she lost and that he's a bad guy, but they need publicity for the documentary and that's the only thing that's resonating. Or that she does believe that and she's going around saying this. In both instances, we have been told that Donald Trump is an existential threat to the country. I happen to think that to some extent that's true. Certainly he's an existential threat to immigrants, to people of color, broadly speaking, to children of immigrants, to, I don't know, we're putting out new landmines. We're rolling that back. There's only one place in the world that we keep landmines, and that is in South Korea to protect against the land invasion from North Korea. Other than that, we are no longer deploying landmines because of what they do to people. Donald Trump is reversing that. Donald Trump is going to block grant Medicaid. That's going to throw tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands, off of Medicaid. If Joe Biden became the nominee, I would be supporting Joe Biden because of those reasons and more. Pete Buttigieg. These are people I think, honestly, make me nauseous. The way that I articulate this stuff is a function of who I know is going to be listening to me. All right. I mean, this is the problem why I had a problem with Jimmy Dore, with his Hillary Clinton has Parkinson's disease during the last primary. I don't care who Jimmy Dore votes for. But if you've got a platform where 150,000 people are going to watch your video and you're going out there and hitting over and over again, I hold you responsible. You're not running for president. And you have every right to vote for who you want to vote for. But if you're going out there and you're spewing garbage to create some type of narrative that is going to bring us Donald Trump, I hold you to account. I don't care if your name is Jimmy Dore or Hillary Clinton. People are like, who cares about Hillary Clinton? She's not running for president. I understand she's not running for president, but there are still literally millions of people who base their opinions of Democratic candidates based upon what she says. And so she's out there. It's not like a one-off. This isn't like she's in a moment of like, I understand it. Like, I'm knee deep into an interview, and it's like, oh, you've asking me a direct question, and I'm trying to avoid it, and I've had a tough day. And I say, well, Bernie could have done better. Whatever. This is like the third time now in the course of 2 weeks she's done this. This is what we call an ad, like a marketing campaign, at best. So this story comes up. They're in Iowa. You've got the Squad Plus, I guess. I don't know. Is Jayapal in the Squad?
I think she's in the Squad. The spirit of
Jayapal,
the Squad.
Omar, and Tlaib. And I don't know who's interviewing him, but somebody said something about Hillary Clinton. And people in the audience boo because she's attacking the candidate. And this is what happens.
Someone by the name of Hillary Clinton said that we're not going to boo. We're not going to boo. We're classy here.
No, I'll boo. Boo. You all know I can't be quiet. No, we're going to boo. That's all right. The haters will shut up on Monday when we win.
All right. So now that is consistent with Tlaib, right? I mean, she was the one who first came out. We're going to impeach the MFer. It turns out she was right. They did. She came out with a statement subsequent to that. I characterized it as an apology on Twitter. I think maybe that was more than what she did. I think she expressed regret that she said that. Large part because it's going to take, it is splitting focus. And I would say that, first of all, she was right to put out that statement. A lot of people, you can't apologize. Look, if you are there are people who are associated with the campaign who are going to be under a greater amount of scrutiny. Now, the campaign, Faz Shakir, who is the campaign manager, tweeted at Tlaib, "Don't worry, you're good with us." Everybody did exactly as far as what they should have done. I don't know if she should have said that or not. Probably it would be better not to on some level. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. But I think the bottom line is that, like, there is no point in exerting political capital on stuff that doesn't get you material benefit. If anybody should understand this, it should be people who are involved with the Sanders campaign, right? Like, the rhetorical stuff is good. I think maybe, a better response would have been like, somebody please chain my mouth, like saying, like, I want to boo her, but I'm not going to. So that everybody gets the message and this and that. I think, in a perfect world, people respond, I can't believe what she's doing in saying these things. I don't think we should boo, but I got to tell you, as someone who, cares about getting Donald Trump out of office, I can't believe she's doing and saying these things. Because, frankly, look, Hillary Clinton needs to be discredited at this point because she has influence with a certain number of people. And she's going out there for whatever reason and potentially harming the next nominee. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say she's not running for president. Who cares what she says? Because look, if another candidate is doing that, they're running and they have a vested interest. But she's acting like she's a candidate. She still has influence in the party. And if she's going to take these pot shots, then it should be addressed. I just don't know if a surrogate is the best person to do that because of the game that they play. Because then you see all these people come on to MSNBC and say, like, I just don't like seeing a woman criticize another woman. What? What? Seriously? What? Give me a break. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But I would say that Tlaib was expressing the feelings of a lot of people. I can tell you that now. And I think, like, Clinton should really just, she can do whatever she wants, but don't come out and say, like, it's wrong for people to criticize her for saying that nobody likes Bernie Sanders, possible, the front runner in the Democratic Party. I mean, give me a break.
I can't stand how the defense always just goes to, well, she has the right to say this, or she's a private citizen. Come on.
Does anybody believe that what she's doing is not political or marketing or whatever it is? Like, honestly, this is not somebody overheard a private conversation. This is either her specifically trying to sink Sanders for ideological reasons, or doing it, which I think is actually more justifiable, at least from her perspective, than, like, I'm just still mad at him. Like, you know what? You have a role to play in politics, and enabling Donald Trump should not be it. You can choose whichever one you want, but everybody else has the responsibility to call it out too. All right, look, folks, we're going to